Hello, it's a new day. Tour de Fleece, yes, more plying. Now, there's a few things I wanted to talk about today. So, the YouTube channel is quite new. It's less than a month old. So there's some things that I'm not quite getting right. There's some things I'm getting wrong. There's all sorts of shenanigans like that. And one of the things I've been getting wrong or not knowing how to do is I use YouTube a lot on mobile, to be honest. And because of that, there's some like features and stuff like that that I haven't really noticed. YouTube Studio on mobile doesn't have nearly the same amount of features as YouTube Studio on desktop. So because I edit on my computer, I record on my phone, I edit on my computer, but I mostly am on YouTube on my phone. That means I haven't necessarily looked and explored YouTube Studio as much on desktop. So I wasn't noticing all these different features. And one of the things was comments. I thought, oh, I'd get a notification when I get comments. No. And it's not necessary, it's kind of a bit buried how you find comments. But now I've worked out how to do it. I've worked out how to find comments and have them all aggregated so I can see them all across different videos instead of having to click on each individual video, which matters when you're uploading daily. So I was actually able to read some comments. Isn't that great? I was actually able to read some comments and I've replied to some and it's wonderful. Thank you. That's wonderful. You're all fantastic, lovely people. It makes me really happy. It really made me smile. So there's two main comments. Yes, two. There's two main comments I kind of wanted to talk through. And the one is in my hand. Yes, look at this. Look at this. Oh, is my hair on the microphone? I'm so sorry. Let me fix that for you. That's better, isn't it? Keep my hair away from the microphone. That'd be great. I'm not wearing makeup, by the way, today because it's 30 degrees in the house, which I know you think is nothing abroad, but 30 degrees in a British house is a completely different kettle of fish to 30 degrees in another country where they actually have aircon. We don't have any aircon. So, you know. But anyway, that's not what we're saying. But yes, one of the comments, actually, in my hand. Yes, the drop spindle. The drop spindle. Because I'm spinning quite thin. Not on purpose, I just don't have a lot of control over my thickness. I like really struggle to like spin thick. I just always end up spinning the same thickness. And I'm not entirely sure why. And I feel like I need to make a conscious effort to like learn how to spin thicker. 100% because I'm still a beginner. And one thing someone said was like, well, you're spinning really, really thin on heavy drop spindle, which means you're going to end up fighting against the drop spindle. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. So thank you, person. So what I've done is I've actually ordered another drop spindle. I've ordered a drop spindle, and the drop spindle will be, well, this one, I've looked it up, and this one's about 2.2 ounces, and the other one is 1 ounce. So I think that 1 ounce drop spindle, it's still a wooden one, but it's much, much smaller and lighter. I think it's an Ashford one. I think it's an Ashford drop spindle. And it's like a mini drop spindle, so it should be like way lighter because I'm not like spinning like loads of like grams per spindle anyway. So hopefully, thanks to the kind commenter, I might actually be improving my drop spindling because I'll be using a drop spindle that's like actually like appropriate for the weight that I'm spinning. Hopefully that'll be the case. I don't know. I'm still quite new to this. I'm hopefully should be like fighting it less. Though admittedly this doesn't feel uncomfortable. But maybe I just don't know what comfortable feels like because I'm still so new to this. You know? And maybe we can help stop some of these slubs from forming. Maybe, because maybe it'll be easier to just do everything. I don't know. I won't know until I try. I'm quite excited. It'll probably take a while to arrive though, and these are done daily, so it'll probably take me like a little bit of time to actually, you know, act on that feedback. But now I've seen it, yes, I'm acting on it. I mean, my support spindle is lighter, so I can just like spin a bunch of stuff on my support spindle until then, until it arrives. But I've already started plying this, so I'm going to finish plying this on this spindle before I put the spindle away temporarily. I'll put Penny away. This is Penny. I'll put Penny away for the time being. And we shall see, shall we? Mm-hmm. Ooh. It's actually getting caught. One of my singles is getting caught between the bobbin and the edge of the lazy Kate, which is a bit, I don't know why that's happening. Interesting. I've never had that happen before. Well, I did have it happen before. I've had it happen this video when I had to untangle one of the black spindle. Spindle? Single. It's very hot today. Again, I didn't wear makeup today because I tried wearing makeup. When did I try wearing makeup? Yesterday, day before? And 100% didn't go well. I swear the lipstick just like melted off my face. I swear. I don't know if that's like actually what's happening, you know, where it's like literally melting, but it felt like it was melting. I don't know if like that's like the technicality. Well, technically it wasn't actually melting. Technically, the thermodynamics of, I don't know. I don't care. Okay. I don't care what the exact mechanism is. It felt like melting to me. That's what it felt like. So that's the word I'm going to use, regardless of how appropriate that word is. There we go. I am kind of trying to put a lot of twist into this because I kind of want to try using this for socks. I want to try. Because I kind of have this idea that I want to try loads of different sheep breeds and just make like loads of socks. That bit is... I kind of want to try lots of sheep breeds and try to make loads of socks out of different sheep breeds and track number of wears before I have to do my first repair. And from that, determine, you know, the sock suitability of all these different breeds. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be a really interesting little project. Apparently I struggled a little bit with this green single. I'm not sure this will be the hank that I would... Ooh, I dropped my drop spindle. I'm not sure this would be the hank that I would use for socks. I think this might be more like jumper. Because the jumper you can have like little slubs in there and it just kind of like adds to the texture, right? Depending on how like perfectionist you are. But I think this... I'm sitting further back, by the way, so I'm hoping you can actually like see more like going on, like more spinning and that sort of stuff. I kind of felt like last video I was like a little bit too close to the camera. So I'm kind of hoping that I can like position myself a little bit better. I've also tidied up like a tiny little bit. I mean, it's a disaster. It's a disaster, okay? I have packages on the couch, including 2 unopened packs of interdental brushes, which I haven't touched yet. I think I opened one of them actually, but like the actual brushes have like caps on them and I haven't like... But that's just gross. Why is that on there? It's basically like the equivalent of having like a toothbrush inside a case, like on the couch. Why would you have that? The answer is because it's really hot and I'm really struggling to just exist at the moment. It's a 30-degree weather with no AC. That's the thing I want you to bear in mind. No AC. No AC. No AC. None. No AC. No AC. There's none. None! And if there's no AC, how on earth are you supposed to exist in this weather? How? And the problem is our houses aren't like built so that you can just like easily retrofit. Why is the light on? I'm just wasting electricity here. I did get up quite early this morning. So maybe I just like was like a zombie and I just stuck the light on. Possible. The light was on in both upstairs and downstairs. Madness. Madness. No hope. So I don't really know what to do because the weather is just too much for me right now, which means the house is a mess. Okay, we're keeping it real. Oh my goodness. So the other comment I wanted to talk about, since I'm just rambling at this point, is someone mentioned that what they do for their Tour de Fleece is every day they like weigh out like X amount of grams of fiber and they'll aim to spin that amount every day during Tour de Fleece, which I think is a fantastic idea. That's so good. At the same time, I kind of almost feel like I wouldn't be able to do it because I kind of feel like at the moment life is just so busy that pretty much I can time block X amount of time per day to spin, which I think that's working well. I'm doing like my 30 minutes, but I think I actually genuinely, speaking of which, I didn't actually like set a timer or anything. I think we've been going for 10 minutes. That's what I'm going with. So 1:15, I'll stop recording. Okay, very good. So what I think I need to do. No, I'm explaining myself badly. Let me reset. At the moment, life is very busy. I'm having like frequent dental appointments because I have like an issue. Like I've got an orthodontist next week, so that's fun. But also, and I'm terrified, just so you know, I'm terrified. And also, I mean, my boss is never going to see this, but if she does, this shouldn't come as a surprise. I actually attended a job interview after work on Monday. And I have like a take-home interview task that I've been working on. So that's been taking some time. Because it's not even like just the task itself and just the work you're doing on the task, but it's like all the thinking you have to do about it, even when you're not doing it. And it's, I mean, if you code, you'd kind of understand. This is like programming, right? And because I'm a programmer, that's what I do for a living. And it kind of feels like sometimes I'm like overthinking it and like I'm basically like stressing over it is what I'm doing. I'm stressing over it and it's like taking up a lot of mental bandwidth at the moment. And I kind of just want it like gone and done and out of my hair. And the deadline for it is like next week. So I've been doing like little, like probably like an hour or two of it, like every day to try and like get stuff done. And I kind of feel like this isn't going the way I'd hoped. It's not like a disaster because I feel like it's one of those things where once you get the foundation blocks in place, everything else will be easy. But I haven't like reached that point yet. And that's kind of what's stressing me out. And there's always like that voice in your head when when you do like a job interview and you haven't done one for years. There's always that little voice in your head that's like, what if you're just not like good enough for the job market? Or what if you're just like not as good as how you think you are? Or what if you're just like, what if you've like actually gotten worse? What if you've gotten worse? especially for something like programming that's so like cognitively heavy, you can't just like switch off your brain and just like get through the day. It doesn't really work that way, which I kind of feel like is like why I think most software engineers at some point in their career will suffer from burnout. I mean, I've seen stats that say something like 80%, and honestly, I think 80% is kind of low. You know, and like imposter syndrome, I think, is another thing that I think every single engineer gets at least once in their career. Every single tiny little one. Every single one. And the thing is, in the moment, when you're suffering from imposter syndrome, it doesn't feel like imposter syndrome. It feels like, I suck. That's what it feels like. And yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the interview and the dental stuff. And also my uncle's been in hospital lately, that's really sucked for the family. Like, my whole family has been like, you know, he's back from hospital now, but he'll need like mobility aids for the rest of his life. He had like he had a stomach infection, he had sepsis. So, but he's already in heart failure. So, he's not well anyway. He wasn't well even before all this, so we kind of thought that he probably wouldn't come home, but he's come home now. He's gotten home now, which is really nice for them. He'll be able to enjoy his garden. My mum lives just down the road from him, so she's going to help with the garden. Ah, Killicue. Okay, this isn't going well. I think part of it is because my hands are so like hot and clammy. It's like causing the wool to felt a little bit, which is making my life way harder. Like, look at that. There's like a little curlicue just stuck in the wool and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, that sucks. That's like the one thing I really don't like is like getting curlicues in the yarn like that. I absolutely hate it. Like, sort of like a little bit of inconsistencies in the thick and thin and a little bit of inconsistencies in the plying and stuff like that. I can live with that. But like getting the curlicues stuck in the yarn like that, I hate it. It's like, that's not, oh, it's cute and handmade. It's like, oh, that really annoys me. That's like probably the only thing I do in spinning that actually gets on my nerves. Like, little slubs like that so don't bother me. It's unbelievable. I just want it to be quiet for a second because that clock is like really beautiful. A stepdad bought it on eBay and it was in an absolute state. Like the glass was completely broken and all this different stuff. And he's restored it and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on the wrong time. And it's not like, sorry, my face is like covered in sweat when it's really like, this is really bad. Oh, it's really bad. Because I was kind of like feeling like loads of sweat around my nose. So it's like setting my nose off. Not like my nose is dripping, nothing like that. Ew, no. But like, I have like all these beads of sweat around my nose, which is like, it's like making me want to sneeze or something. It's really irritating. Ugh. I don't feel great. Probably after this, I'll probably take like a cold shower or something just to like get all the sweat off me. But oh my god. It's really bad. But I know if I do that, I'll just feel hot and clammy again like 10 minutes later. So it kind of feels a bit pointless. We are not built for this weather. No. We are not. And there's no AC either, so I'm literally cooking right now. Yeah, what I was trying to say is there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I mean, last year was even worse because last year there was all kinds of stuff. It was like way worse in so many different ways. So last year it was like, I kind of did Tour de Fleece, but not really. And I was like really looking forward to it. And then literally like 2 days before Tour de Fleece, there was like some big emergency, and it's just like, oh God. And that entire month, I felt like just so stressed. Like, you think I'm stressed now? Oh my God, I was so stressed. So stressed. It was horrendous. It was awful. Absolutely awful. I'm like, well, this is a time in my life I'm going to probably remember for the rest of my life. It was like that level of stress. You know, it was just like horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I was having a bad time. So I'm like nowhere near that bad this year. There's just a lot going on and I feel a bit overwhelmed, but it's not really like, I wouldn't say there's anything happening right now that's making me feel like that level of stress. Like last year was awful. So this year I'm just kind of like happy that I can just participate in Tour de Fleece because last year I just couldn't and I was like really looking forward to it. So I felt like really like disappointed in myself, being like, why didn't I do anything for like a month? And I'm like, oh yeah, because you were struggling, that's why. And you know, I felt like I kind of needed to take a break and be kind of like kind to myself and let things slow down a bit. So this year I kind of decided sort of preemptively that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be like really chill with this. Like I have a goal. Like at the end of the year, I want to have spun 325 grams or so. And I'll feel like really happy if I can achieve that. And Tour de Fleece is probably going to be a big chunk of that. So, but I'm being like kind of like low key and low pressure with it all. Not that I'm saying the person doing X amount of grams a day is like high pressure, overwhelming, you will spin. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I'm kind of at a stage in my life right now where I probably can't do it, and that's okay. And I love that other people can do that and are in a stage in life where they can. And I think that's really cool. And I would love to see all these people's spins. I really would. I think that would be wonderful. Wow, it's just 2 comments and I managed to like spend most of the video discussing about them. Because I think they're really interesting. I think they're really cool. You know, spinners are awesome people. I love talking to them. And they're so knowledgeable as well. I'm like really not, because I'm very much a beginner. I've been doing this for a year, but I've been doing basically like the same thing for a year. You know, I've been just doing this for a year. So that's not really. That's kind of why I wanted to try the support spindle this year and spin up that sample using the support spindle and use that as like a low key kind of like, oh yeah, I'll teach myself how to do support spindle. Because I kind of was like, okay, I've gotten into like almost like a bit of a funk because I'm like doing the same thing again and again and again and again. So I feel like this has been really helpful because this has really kind of helped me like break out of that and actually like enjoy spinning, because I think I spent like a good few months like not touching it because it felt like a chore. Well, now it doesn't feel like a chore at all. But I think, you know, I think what I'll probably do is I've ordered another bobbin. That's right. I haven't told you my deepest confession. How could I not? How could I not? How could I not tell you? I ordered another bobbin. It hasn't arrived yet. I ordered it yesterday. Another one of these bobbins. These are just standard Ashford bobbins because that's what Wigan Woolworks has. Sorry, I heard a noise. I heard a noise and it was like, what? Is my house being broken into? No, we're fine. We're fine. See, this is why when I usually make a video that's like non-tour de fleece, there's like loads of like cuts. This is why. This is why. I'm just not very good at talking to the camera, okay? And not getting distracted and not being like, in like a really annoying way. And I'm like, I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to improve. And I am improving, but it'll take time. It'll take time for me to do it, right? Because I'm completely new to this. And it's fine, it's okay. It's cool. We're learning together. Yeah, so I bought another Ashford bobbin. One of these guys. Same guy, same size, same everything. Because I had a bit of a thought, right? If I'm plying off a bobbin and I don't necessarily want to carry on working on like this exact project, then I kind of need more bobbins, because this, as we can plainly see, there's more black on here than the... I can sort of see my reflection in there. So there you go. I can sort of see, you know, there's more black than green, like way more. So I'm gonna have black left over. So I kind of want to like keep that on the bobbin and then spin more green to put with it and then just make more of the same. That's what I want to do for this project. But do I just want to do that continuously during Tour de Fleece? Not really. Not really. I want to work on other things. I think I'm at that stage where I just want to work on other things. So I'll have like a bobbin eaten up by the black spindle. Black spindle? I did it again. I keep doing that. I don't know why. I have a bobbin that's being eaten up by the black single. And I kind of don't want to take it off the spindle and put it somewhere like I did it again. What is my obsession with the word spindle? Why? Why? Oh, why? Let's try again, shall we? I don't want to take the black single off the bobbin. I want it to stay on the bobbin because it makes my life much easier. I am far too lazy to take it off the bobbin. I don't want to. And that is a valid reason to not take it off the bobbin, because I don't want to. That's the only reason that is needed. So on that basis, if I want to do a free ply, mathematically, I need another bobbin. So I bought another bobbin. So I can do a free ply. Ooh, I've never done a free ply before. Do you think it'll be disastrous? Maybe. Oh, should I have my first attempt on camera? I didn't have my first support spindle spinning attempt on camera. I mean, there's a lot of me just sat there being like Googling, like, why isn't this working? Because when I first started, I was spinning it and like it wasn't putting spin into the fiber and I didn't know why. It turned out because you need like the top bit to like flick over the shaft. You need it to like flick off it, and that's how it puts spin into the fiber. And once I understood that, I was like, oh, that's how it works. And then I knew how to do it then. Because the problem I had is that I was looking online and watching videos and stuff of people using a support spindle and being like, here's a tutorial about how to use a support spindle. And they weren't showing you like how to get started. They weren't showing you like how to start the fiber and like how, like they weren't showing that at all. And I was like, I don't understand how this is a tutorial when you don't show how to start. They just kind of showed the process like in the middle, as if someone else had started it for you, which I'm like, I wish I had someone else I knew that knew how to spin that could start it for me, but no, I have to do this myself. I kind of feel the same way about knitting sometimes. I've seen some knitting tutorials, they're not the majority by any stretch of the imagination, that will show you the basic knit stitch, but not how to cast on in like and it'll be like, beginner, first time ever knitting tutorial. And I don't show you how to cast on. I'm like, okay, so a beginner's going to look at that, have needles in their hand and the yarn, and they're going to be like, but how do I get to that stage? Right? It kind of felt like that's like giving someone like half a tutorial, which isn't helpful to them at all. Stop recording. I'm actually not sure this mic is connected. That would be embarrassing. Because normally it has a green light. And it has a blue light. Don't know. I don't know. You know what? It'll turn out that like the audio is garbage because it's using my... I don't know though, because I had a little notice on the screen saying it's using an external mic. So we should be okay. Oh, I don't know. It's funny to record a whole video and like not know. But yeah, I was... Sorry, I should stay on topic. I'm really bad at this. Evidently, I'm really bad at staying on topic. But yeah, I wanted to find out how to spin on sport spindle, and I found like most of the tutorials just weren't showing that, and I was like really confused as to like, but why aren't you showing how to get started? That's like what a tutorial should show. And it was just, there'd be like this enormous preamble about different types of support spindles and all this different kind of stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's useful, but it's a bit overwhelming for like a first time ever support spindle spinning video, right? Because I mean, does an absolute beginner need to know all that? Maybe. Probably not. I think as a complete beginner, it's just like you learn the absolute most basics. Like with knitting, you'd learn a cast on and knit stitch, right? But you need to cast on. You do. Because otherwise, how do you get started? That really confused me. And then I was like looking on Reddit, and it's like some random Redditor responded to someone else that had the same problem and was like, oh, here's the mechanics of how it works. And then they explained it, and I'm like, oh, yes, I know now. But I couldn't find on YouTube. But I mean, YouTube search also sucks. So it almost certainly exists on YouTube. I just couldn't find it. And YouTube search really does suck. It's awful. Awful. It's like borderline unusable. That's how bad it is. It used to be really good, and now it's like, no. Now it's just, no. Which is part of why I created the Webring. The Webring, so that I can link to other channels. You can go into the description and find like a whole list of cool channels, usually smaller, that you should definitely check out. You absolutely should. And I really just want to keep procrastinating doing all the other things that I need to be doing right now. All the many, many, many things I need to be doing right now, and all the different responsibilities and whatnot. I just want to procrastinate all of them and just carry on spinning and use you as a method of procrastination. But you're not going to let me, are you? No, you're going to say, go do the thing! And you should go do the thing as well. Those dishes in the sink, they're not going to wash themselves. That laundry, go do it. Oh my God, that laundry? That needs doing right now. Go do it. Tidy your room, Peter. I don't know if you're called Peter. I just picked Peter. It's too plausible there might be a Peter watching. Janet, go and hoover the floor. Go. I'm literally just rambling as a method of procrastination. I need to stop. I really need to stop. I do. I need to stop. 100%. Look, I did it. I parked my spindle. That's what we've got left. There we go. There's the green. And there's the black. There we go. I'm kind of using the reflection in the camera to kind of see what you can see. Kind of. It's not easy. Which is why I'm holding this weird. Yeah, so that's what's left. And as you can see, there's way more black than green. So I have no idea what the finished weight of the hanker is going to be. probably not much, right? Because that looks like not a lot to me. I think this is going to be like a very, very small hang. I think it's going to be more like a mini skein, which is interesting. I didn't realize this green single was so like small. I don't know how that happened. I don't mind, it's fine. I'll just spin another green single and probably have the opposite problem next time. And I'll probably keep going like that until eventually I run out of one of the black or the green. Maybe. Probably not actually. Because I don't want to spin like all the green and all the black that I have. I actually only want to spin up to like a certain amount for this project. And then I could probably use whichever one I have stuff left over of the fibre. I could probably use that for like other things. Because black and green, I love black and green. They're like totally on palette for me. So I can use it for like a variety of different things. So it doesn't really matter if I have some left over at the end of this project. It will still be like really usable. And I might even just like spin like a green single by itself. And now I know how to do a plying bracelet. And now I know how to do a plying bracelet. Even if I need to like watch like a tutorial and look at diagrams just to refresh my memory. Now I know how to do a plying bracelet. I could probably take one of these singles, and as long as it's like not too big, I think, because if it's too big, I think it would be really annoying, and ply that into like a 2-ply, because I can do that now. But I really need to finish this video, so goodbye. Goodbye. And now we have come to the end of the video, and you know what that means? That means now we are at the Webring. The Webring being the final segment of every single video that I record, and where we shout out another channel. Yes, it doesn't have to be a channel, but it usually is. In this case, The Heart House. You need to go to this channel. You do, right now. You need to leave this video and go right to this channel. Don't even finish watching. No. Because her videos are fantastic. She's wonderful, calming narrations, beautiful, beautiful videos. I mean, her thumbnails are gorgeous, by the way. Can we just sit down and just appreciate her thumbnails? Look at that. That's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. It's giving me ideas. Okay? I hope you're okay with giving me ideas, because you're giving me ideas. I really like your thumbnails. And I really like the sort of monthly cadence of her makes videos. I'm really like enjoying them. And all her Tour de Fleece videos so far have just been really, really enjoyable. You know, she's done all these like prep week videos, which I thought was like super interesting. And to be honest, with how sort of haphazard and unprepared I kind of felt when I started Tour de Fleece, I probably could have done with, honestly, having like a prep week before. I could have definitely done with that, and I didn't. And I felt very unprepared, but it doesn't matter, because actually we're having a great time. And that's all that matters. This is not a race, we're just having a good time. And it is like 10 p.m. yet again. So I need to finish recording this and say thank you very much. Go check out The Hot House, and goodbye.